Some call it Gauteng or the place of gold. As the most prosperous province in the whole of Africa, Gauteng is a fine refuge for those seeking their fortunes. It was also home this year to the third successive Future Champions Tournament. Excitement began at OR Tambo International Airport just as it did during the FIFA World Cup in 2010. Sides from Mexico, the Netherlands, Zambia, Nigeria, Botswana, Chile, Russia and Brazil joined 4 Gauteng-based premiership sides for a feast of football, but also for a quest to see which team would be crowned as one of the top under-17 club sides in the world. The tournament kicked off with a lively opening ceremony at the Nike Football Academy in Soweto. The facility takes football to the people and remains as one of the legacy projects of the 2010 FIFA World Cup. The state-of-the-art academy also served as the main venue for the week-long tournament. Visiting teams would also get a larger taste of what SA has to offer, as some matches would be played in neighbouring Northwest Province. On opening day, football fever hung thick in the air, with the Future Champions Tournament in Gauteng providing action across 4 groups of 3 teams. The 4 sides from South Africa hosted each group. The township, the city and the province braced itself for a fantastic weekend of competitive sport.
This tournament gives these youngsters an opportunity at a young age to interact with people from different parts of the world. And if we want to be the best in the world, want to compete with the world, we need to instill that mentality from a young age, from now, that we are competing with the best in the world. And that's why even the type of teams that were brought here, these are champions, and therefore we want to instill that mentality amongst our young people from an early age that we are competing with the best, and therefore we must strive to be the best. We must work hard to acquire knowledge, we must work hard to sharpen our skills.
The action would be coming hard and fast over the next few days. Each group comprised 3 teams, with each of the teams playing 1 match against the cross-pool competitor. With only the top side in each group advancing to the semi-finals, there would be no time for slow starters. Apapa Golden Stars from Nigeria opened up their account against Atletico Mineiro from Brazil.
Is that a goal? Yes, it is!
Mamelodi Sundowns would be one of 4 teams to represent the host province in the Future Champions Tournament. They won their only cross-pool match against Universidad Católica from Chile. In their first group match, they continued their fine form against PSV Eindhoven to make it 2 from 2.
PSV.
This is what we're preaching. We need to give them international exposure while they're still young. Everybody's talking about it. If you look at our senior teams, we're struggling to break through because some of the players never got this opportunity at this age. But with this, we expect and we're looking forward to a brighter future.
On day 3, the eventual semi-finalists were decided. Another South African team, Bidvest Wits, were in destructive mood against Apapa Golden Stars. They would beat the Nigerians 3-1, but it would not be enough to finish top of their group. Orlando Pirates from Soweto managed only 2 points in their first 2 matches. Their only cross-pool match against Eindhoven would also fail to deliver a win. The Dutch boys winning impressively against the side whose senior team is coached by a Dutch legend.
Tournament like this, where they play against other big teams in the world, is always nice to see how far and which culture against another culture. It is always nice and interesting.
For the youngsters involved in the tournament, the week provided their chance to shine, but for soccer coaches from the surrounding areas, a chance to improve their coaching skills in Brazil was at stake.
The coaches of the local areas, in this case coaches from Soweto, from South Africa, from Gauteng, they're having the chance to be in contact with 12 coaches, 4 from South Africa and another 8 coaches from overseas, in regards to players development, youth training, and all the, not just practical sessions, but also theoretical sessions on sports sciences with nutrition, sports medicine, psychological training. And when we put this all together, with the tournament happen, it makes the coach course a unique course.
The Future Champions Talent Search traveled to all regions across Gauteng. In Mamelodi, for instance, the search for the next big thing in soccer continued. 3 young footballers would ultimately be chosen to go to Brazil for specialized training. The selection criteria was tight and specific. The coaches knew what they were looking for.
Each and every station, the coach will explain this is what we have to do. That is the short pass, the long pass, free expression, running with the ball, and shooting.
Thanks to the involvement of the Gauteng Department of Education and the South African Football Association, a fantastic opportunity beckoned.
In South Africa, we have many talented boys, but because we don't have exposure, so it becomes very difficult. So with this talent session, it becomes an exposure to those who have talent and to those who are willing to play soccer.
Sport in conjunction with the right political will can also be a massive driver for social change. With the young in SA, the most vulnerable members of society, the Future Champions Tournament partnered with grassroots soccer to provide a foot up.
We use the power of soccer to educate around HIV and AIDS, using a curriculum by the name of Skills.
What would a trip to South Africa be without a chance for the visiting soccer players to soak up the sights and sounds of one of the world's fastest growing tourist destinations? As home to the Big Five in the animal kingdom, the Pilanesberg provided the perfect game sighting venue. The area's beautiful rock outcrops, forged by crashing meteorites thousands of years ago, is the perfect home to animals like the lion, rhino, leopard and elephant, as the many young men from all over the world discovered. The players also made their way to Sun City, where their boundless energy was met with endless activities. They also got a rare glimpse into the life of the Bakgatla community, a success story of the Northwest Province, where local football has benefited from the rich deposits of platinum. An eventful day would end on a high note with a special gala dinner in honor of each and every player taking part in the 2011 Future Champions Tournament. They were hosted by the king of the Bakgatla. And with that, the sun set on a beautiful day in the Northwest Province, sweet soccer dreams would lie ahead for the players still in it to win it. On day 5, thousands crammed into Moruleng Stadium in the Northwest Province. It was a day of reckoning and one which would decide the finalists in the Future Champions Tournament. It also provided some of the teams that did not make it all the way to play off an official tournament ranking. The venue was as stunning as the action. At the end of a thrilling day 5, Atlético Mineiro of Brazil beat Mexico's Pachuca 1-0, while Ruben Kazan from Russia needed a penalty shootout to see off K-Stars from Zambia. The final would see the only unbeaten side in the tournament, Atlético Mineiro, go up against the Russian Super Club. As the best local finishers in the SA tournament, Orlando Pirates took on Bidvest Wits for a place in the Brazilian edition of the Future Champions competition. With so much at stake, the youngsters had plenty to play for.
And send them to Brazil! Scores!
The Orlando Pirates, by being the top Gauteng team, they are now going to compete for Gauteng in the Future Champions Belo Horizonte. So it just goes on, and alongside them will be 3 youngsters from the talent search, which has been going on in all of the districts, in the townships, and a coach. So there will be a whole process of Gauteng and Belo Horizonte coming together as part of this Future Champions concept.
And so the stage was set for the final. Gauteng Province's head of sport, Busi Maga, was joined on the field by CAF executive member and living legend, Kalusha Bwalia.
There's a handball in there. As if things were not hard enough for Ruben Kazan now, they have to give away a penalty so early on. And there's been a yellow card as well. Let's see whether they can convert the penalty. Well, the keeper got a touch, but too much power. 1-0 to Atletico. Could be a chance, yeah! Disappointing defending. Yeah! What a goal! Now that's the best goal we've seen. I think it's all over now by the shouting. Great finish.
And with that, the final whistle blew. The match ended with the Brazilians still unbeaten. They pulled off a stunning 3-0 win over Rubin Kazan of Russia.
These tournaments are great for development. Keep it for our boys.
Yeah, no, they are irreplaceable. If you don't have this type of competitions, we'll never know how we are faring against the best in the world. And I think for the future champions to realize the potential of what it is to be a future champion, you've got to play in these type of tournaments.
Atlético Mineiro crowned champions on the day, but as graduates of the Future Champions tournament, the stars of all the players taking part are set to shine brighter and rise higher well into the coming years. Until Brazil in December this year and South Africa again in 2012, we say goodbye from a fantastic 2011 Future Champions tournament, Gauteng.